Central Park is a world-renowned landmark and a site many people visit to escape their busy lives and capture some incredible views. This site holds immense value in the hearts of locals and visitors alike. It is also home to the mighty Kelty Hearts. Kelty Hearts is one of the fastest rising clubs in Scottish football. Just 8 years ago, they were playing in the junior leagues. Now, they're holding their own in League One, the third tier of Scottish football. 2025 marks 50 years since the club was founded, a golden anniversary for a team that is striving for success. So what better time to tell their story? The highs, the lows, and the unforgettable moments. We'll hear from the fans, the lifeblood of the club, to find out what it is like supporting the Maroon Machine. Join me as we step inside the heart of Kelty. How long have you been supporting Kelty Hearts, and why did you start?
8.5 years ago, nearly 9 years, we decided to move back to Fife. And I found a house 200 yards down the road from the club. And I didn't know where the club was at the time when I moved in here, and I've supported Kelty ever since. Love it, and it's just the camaraderie and the friendship of everybody that we have in the club, first class, second to none. So that's why I come to Kelty. And I've watched them come up from the juniors up to where we are today, so really good, really happy with it. So.
I've followed them on and off for years because I've always been in Kelty, but I properly started following them around about 2018 when they came into the east of Scotland. I worked in Edinburgh at the time, and I used to finish at 1-2 o'clock. Kelty played a lot of games in Edinburgh, so it was quite convenient to get along to the games.
Kelty is an old mining town that was significantly important to Fife's coal industry. Hundreds of people worked in the coal mines in Kelty in the 1800s until the 1960s, and there was a strong sense of working class pride. As coal mines started to close in the 1960s, Kelty's population drastically decreased, as the demand for work was so low. Like so many old mining towns in the UK, Kelty began to decline, as the roots on which the town was built became extinct. In 1975, a football club was formed to provide a beating heart to a dying town. This beating heart is still very important to Kelty today.
This is like a hub of Kelty.
It's massive. It definitely brings a lot of people together. So you've got obviously the kids, that this is somewhere they can come along and talk to their pals at school about the game, but you've also got the older community where this is the thing that they look forward to at the weekend. And I know football's predominantly a man's thing, or a men's thing, but you get men, women that come here, they enjoy it as couples, families, friends, all for the local community. So it's massive. It's massive.
What they do for the community, because it's not just the football team here, it's the fact that we've got the community club with all the youngsters coming in here, and we serve the community extremely well. And I think I think they're very charitable towards the community and things that we do for the community even here.
Hopes were high heading into the league campaign, as Kelty achieved a historic win against Hibernian in the League Cup. Unfortunately, Kelty failed to win any of their other games in the campaign, meaning they dropped out of the cup. Kelty Hearts got off to a strong start to the season, with big wins against Stenhousemuir, Arbroath, Annan, Queen of the South, and Dumbarton. This put Kelty in a strong position to achieve promotion, an incredible achievement for a club that was in the junior leagues just 7 years prior. I asked a couple of fans What has changed since Kelty Hearts became a senior club?
It's a harder game now to watch. And when I arrived here and in the juniors, the club were winning everything. You know, the Lowland League. When they went into the Lowland League, they won that. Twice out of 3 seasons. The first season they finished 4th, and then they won it the second season. But it was because it was COVID at the time, and they couldn't get the playoff. The next year they got the playoff and they won that, and then they moved in. First season in the SPFL, they ran away with the league and won by 21 points. And then we're into Division 1. They're ambitious, and I love that about the club. Ambitious, and they want to go further. But at the moment, we've hit our peak at the moment, I think. So another year, maybe a couple in this division, and maybe look forward and keep going up the league. That's a hope for anyway.
In the younger days when I was a junior and coming up through the east of Scotland, and Kelty were considered a really good club. You know, they tried really hard. Now we're moving up into the SPFL now. The change in the effort required to stay there. You know, success doesn't come automatically. You've got to play for it, and the players need to want it. You know, before when you had the younger team, you would have a good team and it would see you through the league. Now you've got players coming and going, you know, through the transfer windows and that. It's very difficult to see who you're going to be at the end of the season.
Kelty's impressive opening to the league campaign showed fans that the team has the talent to step up to the next level. But where do the fans see Kelty Hearts in 5 years' time?
Well, I'd like to see them certainly in a championship within 5 years. Have we got the facilities to go further than that? That's not for me to say. But obviously we'd love to see them go higher. But we'll continue, and I think we could cut our own in the championship, in my opinion anyway. Yeah? Because I think the further up you go, the more attractive you are to other players, and you can bring the good players in. We need a couple in at the moment. They all know that, I think. But no, it's good. So 5 years, it's certainly championship, I think.
Where I would like to see them is firmly embedded, not in the first division, but maybe get a wee shot at the championship. And, you know, but I would like to see more investment into the club and the community to make it worth being, you know, a club in a position where it is, because they deserve more. You know, it's just getting the right people to sponsor us.
I think we'll still be roughly where we are just now, but just more sustainable. Where we are just now, sort of middle of the pack in the overall, you know, SPFL, the 42 teams. I think that's where we should fit. We're a small town, and we've got the potential to push up, maybe have a season or two in a championship. Other part-time clubs have done it, but there's so many good clubs out there that go through good spells that we could also have a season or two down in League 2, and it can be a competitive league down there. But as long as we're being sustainable and we're still a place where, like I said to you before, for community that they can come and enjoy their football, then I think we'll be doing well.
Unfortunately, good form attracts attention, and Kelty's player-manager, Michael Tidser, has been a key part to the club's success for the past few years. So Dunfermline Athletic swooped in, and Tidser signed for the Pars in January. Kelty were left without a manager and one of their key players. Tamil Ware stepped in as interim manager and led the team to 2 0-0 draws. Ultimately, he didn't get the full-time job. Instead, Kelty took a chance on Charlie Mulgrew, a former Scotland international with 44 caps to his name. However, Mulgrew had no management experience. Things did not go to plan for Mulgrew. Kelty began to unravel and slip down the table. This shows how important a manager is for a football club. But they're not the only people who contribute to the success of the club. We started up a supporters club nearly 5 years ago, and I've been involved with that since then. I came on as the vice chairman to start with, and became the chairman, which I'm currently serving, and I convene the buses for the away trips as well. So
I'm totally involved in Kelty Hearts Football Club, or the sports side of it anyway. Great place to be. Yeah.
I try and oversee everything, but I fill in where needed. So sometimes I'll be doing the social media, sometimes I'll be doing commentary like I was today, or filming. Just depends sort of where I'm needed, but I try and oversee it all. At one point I did everything, and thankfully I've got volunteers like yourself that now come in and take a wee bit of the workload off, which is decent.
Kelty's run of poor results culminated in a 6-0 defeat to last place Dumbarton, and Charlie Mulgrew lost his job after one win with 11 games in charge. Tamil Ware stepped in again as interim manager and got the team back on track. Kelty got 2 wins, 1 loss and a draw in their last 4 games and guaranteed their safety in the league, emulating the top form they showed at the beginning of the season, reigniting hope in the fans. Ultimately, Kelty finished 6th in the table, showing fans that with a bit more consistency, Kelty Hearts could make it to the championship. New Central Park may not attract vast numbers of visitors every week, but it does something more than that. For those that attend regularly, it is like a second home, somewhere they can go and support their club in the heart of Kelty.